Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast. I am your host, Chuck Manatee. And in today's episode, we are going to be checking out the trailer for Killer Whale. So normally I would go through the cast and crew and etc, and give you some movies to watch that they've done. But this is very much a B movie, but it is very much a premise that is different. So we are not going to go through a whole bunch of all these fun things as per usual, but today we are going to go through the trailer specifically, and there's a reason for that. Myself and Ben have recorded a Christmas special, and we said that Matt is very much a horror guy, or whatever the case is. Yes, sort of. So I like action, I like comedy, I like action comedies, Rush Hour, Die Hard. I like sci-fi and fantasy, aka Lord of the Rings and Independence Day. But today I don't want to blow your mind, because we're coming down to the end of the year, and I don't want to blow your mind with too much information. We'll, proceed again next year. But what I want to do is show you this trailer, and I have a lot of thoughts, and that's why I've kind of kept it short in the beginning, because there's a lot to unpack with regards to the trailer. So, without any further ado, let's check out the trailer, and as per usual, I will give you my thoughts. Here is the trailer for Killer Whale.
Let's go.
I'm sorry you're trapped in there. May your beer always be cold, always be hot. It's you and me, no matter what. To the perfect escape. This is Josh. We have a surprise for you. Marcus have never killed a human in the wild. She thinks she's still trapped in captivity. Let's get to those rocks and then we'll find a way out. We are going to get through this.
And that was the trailer for Killer Whale. So, as you see what I'm saying, there's quite a bit to unpack. So they're at like a, I don't know, like probably something like SeaWorld or whatever the case is. But they're not there in the normal working hours. And as far as the horror goes, that just seems to me like, I don't know, you're asking for trouble. This orca seems to be a lot bigger than what a normal orca looks like, especially in the first, I think it's about 13 seconds, of this trailer. The minute the orca swims up, that's actually when you see how big it actually is. So this doesn't seem like it's not like Meg, the shark's big, but it's definitely not like normal orca size. I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like a normal thing, whatever. But they're not at SeaWorld, they're at World of Orca, whatever the case is. The first time that she sees that there's problems, she sees her friend just sort of hovering about in the water. It looks like his nose or tongue have been bitten out or something like that. That's obviously when they first get a sniff of trouble, whatever the case is, in the beginning of the trailer. Grindstone, actually been a long time, by the way, around a long time. A lot of skateboard movies and stuff from the late 90s. If you were there, you get it. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. You just get it. So yeah, it looks like they're having fun. She's there, the main character with a friend. You know, you hear the cool music. They're having fun, having drinks. Very much in the tropics. You know, blue seawater and cocktails, etc., etc. And the first part where it looks like it goes a little bit funny is when they go on their jet ski very far into the middle of the ocean. I will tell you that is not the best idea. Jet skis have like a knack of flooding. If you don't know what flooding is, I don't know what flooding is, but something to do with the petrol and too much, and it basically stalls in the middle of the ocean. I don't say that this is what happened here, but I have done it, and it's not the best idea, because if it stalls in the middle of the ocean, that's not really where you want to be. You know, sharks, in this case killer whales, and a whole bunch of things that I don't think you want to be friends with. But they decide to do that full on. And if you're going to go jet ski, just maybe like a pro tip, you can flat it out for a while and then take it easy. Flat it out for a while, take it easy. Don't just like what they were doing. What you can see in the trailer is just flat out, full on the gas, and let's see how far we can go out into the ocean. That is a very bad idea. Ask anyone. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, but I don't believe I am. Anyway, let's move along. So they at like some circle thing. It looks like a mini island. It's like a mini Bora Bora. I actually don't know where they are. They're not in Bora Bora though. And they kind of playing around with the jet skis there, so it obviously didn't bomb out before the time. And you know, one of them gets pulled down by this said killer whale. So this is like Free Willy, but if Free Willy wasn't a happy movie. And what I noticed about this, I don't know if you guys did too, but the fin, or the dorsal fin, I think it's called, of the whale is bent, and that's when a whale gets kept in captivity. So that's not obviously always the case. When you see whales in the wild, that fin is straight up. But this is a weird one, like, because you don't really see sharks doing this kind of thing or any of those kind of things. Like, you always see whales, like especially killer whales, like their dorsal fins like kind of bend when they're in captivity. So you see this one, you know, with its dorsal fin bent the whole time. So this is obviously that same whale that was in captivity that's now out, and now it becomes murderous for some reason, but Who knows what the reason is, but I hope they explain it better in the movie. But in the trailer, they don't really give an explanation. This is just to get you to, sort of go and watch it or whatever the case is. So their friend obviously bites the dust at some point. They're sitting on what looks like a yellow float device of some sort. My only issue with this trailer, and I'm not like trying to stray hairs or anything, is that they are sitting and floating on a device which a killer whale can clearly bite into. I'm just saying. So anyway, they're floating on that device. It looks like a little pizza or something. And this thing is clearly huge. It could bite them and that pizza sort of in one bite. So like it seems like their mission is to kind of find land or find somewhere to go where this thing can't get them. And best of luck to them, because it doesn't seem that they are going to win. So I'm sure one of them will make it, as per like normal horror-esque movies. And keep accusing me of being a horror guy, because I'm not, but this seemed to titillate me in some shape or form. Yes, I suppose you could call me a horror guy in some shape or form. Action, comedy, horror. How's about that? Like your action, horror, and then a little bit of fun to do with that. But the trailer looks like a lot of fun. It's definitely not A-grade movie, so if you're expecting like super amazing graphics, this is definitely not the movie for you, or whatever the case is. But B-movies are sometimes fun, not all of them. B-movies very much heavily rely on storytelling, so that is very, very pivotal to a movie that doesn't have, a monster budget or whatever the case is. Even though, look at Godzilla Minus One, to what, 13-15 million to make that movie, and it looked amazing. So like budgets, I think has been like a part of something that I've chatted about, or whatever the case is. But budget is very important, and when you look at the budget for like something like Godzilla Minus One, it makes you wonder that why are all other movies and series so expensive as compared to that? And you look at the quality, the story writing, etc., and it's great. So but if you enjoyed Killer Whale, look, it might not be the movie that excites everybody. Yes, it's a B movie, I get it, but it's something that maybe is a little bit of fun to watch with whoever you like to go to the cinemas with. Maybe you watch it on a streaming platform here or there. Either which way you consume that, the trailer is what I'm most concerned about with your thoughts. So please put that in the comments below, as well as if you like the show. And as usual, please show your love. Please show your love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. But that is it for today's episode of the Everything Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.